Once again, welcome back viewers. You're watching your favorite show, Walk and Talk. So once again, we are gonna start with rhythm. Oh yeah! You're watching your favorite show, Walk and Talk. So today we are excited, guys, and after a long time, we are here in the early morning around 8:30. So we are not gonna just talk like in just mind-blowing questions. We have a barrier. Within barrier, we have the talk. So first topic, just I picked domestic violence. Who is responsible for domestic violence, and how we can just overcome it, and government responsibility, and just many more. We are gonna just talk about further. Just keep on watching.
Okay, so love, as per me, domestic violence is one of the global problems. In every home, you will find that wife and husband they usually fight with each other. But I totally excoriate the government because they have given the freedom to only female, not men. Suppose my wife is forcefully just fighting with me, but I cannot complain in the any police station. So government should be flexible. I mean government should also make the rules for the men's also. Men's safety is also their first priorities.
Yeah, but as I'm concerned about before 10 and 10 and just looking ago, I mean, ancient time, women they were tortured, they were harassed. So that's why in mid of that time, just there were many law and order for women. But now it's time to just change the law and order. Women they are also educated. Now men they are being harassed by the women.
And if you know about the Raja Ram Rao Mohan, he was fought for this.
Yeah, and he was hunted by his wife's boyfriend. Yeah.
So obviously, like on that time, it was like if the husband died, then you have to bond with that husband.
And this, as I'm concerned about, there are three and four type of domestic violence. First, physically domestic violence.
Second, mentally.
Yeah, mentally. And third, economically domestic violence. And fourth, sexually domestic violence. So how do you justify which is harmful for women?
Everyone is harmful. All four is harmful because violence is violence. It doesn't matter whether you do the violence physically, mentally, or sexually, or another one economically. It's a violence. For example, if I slap on the right side, you will obviously feel in the right side. Right side. If I slap you on the left side, you will feel the same pain in the left side. So violence is violence. So every violence is should be banned in India.
Yeah, and now we are in the 21st century. So it's time to just work on development. And if women they don't get opportunities, so I don't think so our country will develop without their help and just contribution.
To some extent, I can see that women are getting the more opportunities now. These scenarios like in 2025, and as the day passing, maybe in the future after 5 years later, 10 years later, maybe women can lead. Women are getting many opportunities in politics, in the companies, in the education system, in every three sector. Even I have seen that female drivers, e-rickshaw driver.
Yeah, bus driver. Just government also recruiting a woman as a bus driver.
Even in armed force also.
Yeah, armed force. In India, they are also getting opportunity. Yeah, but still, if we talk about remote area,
But one thing I don't like about this, like only educated women and who are rich, they get the opportunity. But what about the rural women? Like in our Bihar, most of them they face the domestic violence, and you know why they don't complain in the police station? Because they have the they just think about like if I complain, then I will be kicked out from the house, and their financial condition is not good that they can get married with a different man.
Yeah, that's why it's I mean just economically total, economically domestic violence it's part of. So that's why just in village just if you talk about like UP, Bihar, and other states, not only Bihar, and just rest of states also, where just child marriage. It's very
But usually in UP, Bihar, it was happening.
it's bold, it's bold just forehead of Indian society.
1 month ago, I attended one wedding, and you won't believe that that girl was only 16.
You don't think so? It's a bold forehead of the Indian society.
So, yeah, obviously, but I want to ask you one question, like, why do they do the child marriage? I mean, what do you think?
Only they just perceive girl as a burden and security.
Hmm.
That's why.
Is it right to do, or it's a good concern of their parents, like to save the child?
In terms of just safety, yeah, it's good. But we need to just think wisely. Now, 16-year-old child, if it's a, she gets married, you don't think so she will have to also harass physically, mentally. Now it's time to grow. Let her grow. Physically, mentally, education.
And yesterday I was reading one article and I got to know that someone who get married at the age of 16, when they just become mother in the age of 70, they face lot of problem
Yeah,
related
many
to
diseases.
many diseases, and the reason is like they are not fully capable of giving the birth, but they are doing. So that's why they are even not sexually fully potentially developed, but still they have to forcefully do these things. So they face many problems.
And I also read one just Indian government data. Like whoever just got married just before 16, 17, at delivery time, 90% there is chance risk to get died.
Oh my God, it's so sad.
And most of delivery time, just who got died, they were below 16.
One community, I don't want to reveal it, but I would like to say that that community is like literally their mindset and their everything is totally fucked up. For example, they have 9 child, 10 child, children and all that. So by giving birth to a lot of children, so they face lot of problem. Even they get tired. And I think you know about the community.
Yeah, I know. And actually, they perceive their family members as economic. These are my economic. So
You will find in the every government hospital, most of them they belong to that community, and most of them are women.
yeah, it's a burden on our country economic. And I want to just keep going this topic. It's really just crucial for us Indian society. What kind of thing governments will implement to stop child marriage?
I mean,
Child marriage, you don't think so? It's just kill the child.
like it's all it's also banned, bro. I think like in every state, it is a government rule like you cannot get married until a girl become more than 18. Now I think it also
Yeah,
is
18, only 18. Girls for 18 and boys for
21.
21.
I think it also extended. In 2025, I think it's extended. I don't know about this, but the main point is that like even though like you are from both side, I'm from a girl side. If I'm ready and if you are ready, then how is it possible that someone complain? And no one wants to get into trouble. For example, there is a third person whose name is Jyoti. If we are getting our children get married, then why would he just complain? He just come and eat and he just just go away.
It's
Yeah.
So actually, just if a father is getting married his daughter, I mean there is some problem. To make a law and order it's easy for any government minister.
So how do you see like even for rich people they can afford their children to get married and all that. But for the poor people,
Yeah, it's actually for government, rich, poor, backward classes, general classes, everyone is equal for government, for minister. So it's responsibility of them to make policy regarding child marriage, to just make them aware by just campaigning in school. Like if someone has daughter, so he or she will get 1 and 2 lakh when his daughter will complete his higher education. Then parents also will, just motivate his or her child. You have to study more and more.
like don't you think like for example if there is a family and he's not economically stable, so don't you think if he's right to just get married in the early?
Yeah, it's compulsory for it.
So how can we say that it's right?
Yeah, that's why it's not bad. But if you talk about just in terms of health, then it's really just worse for that child.
And I think there should be consent of that child.
Yeah,
I perceive child 15, 16. I don't say as a woman. So I mean there should be consent of that.
that's why it's called child marriage.
Child marriage, and obviously no one wants to against their parents. Obviously, if their parents decided that you have to get married on this day with that boy, obviously that child usually say yes. If they say no, then definitely maybe something wrong with
And
that.
child also knows what's condition of my family.
In Bihar, usually it happens and no one say no.
Yeah. So to just decrease the child marriage rate, it could be possible by only government. Make policy, just give them some just kit, food kit every month, clothes and many more things.
First, I think government should give the safety. Safety should be first priority. If there will be no rape, then obviously parents will be no safe.
But most of like rape cases are in this rural area and in city also. But city like this, it comes through in like a sport life. But in village, there is no police station in nearest. So you won't get it come.
Usually it also happens in every state, but point is being that they don't have the media like we have in other areas. It's come on a slow line.
And next topic is the dowry system.
Dowry system, I'm totally against it.
Dowry system is also just a plot for him of Indian society.
It's very sad. It's very sad to know that most of the bureaucracy, in bureaucracy, dowry system is very common. If you are a government employee, then you will get paid in lakh rupees.
Yeah.
10 lakh
And
rupees.
more than 10 lakh.
More than 10 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees, 30 lakh rupees.
Whether you are a constable or just any. Yes.
Even if you are a peon in a government hospital.
Yeah. Whether you're clerk and the security guard, but you have a government ID card.
Even in my relative, there is one guy, he is in BSF, and he gets paid as a dowry. I use paid. He gets paid 10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees, oh my god, as a dowry. A bit many furnitures and the equipment, jewelries and all. And I was like, I mean, he's a government officer and he has much money. Now his life is secure, his career is secure, everything is stable, but still he get paid that much money. And what about the employee, private employee? His job is not safe. His life is, even he doesn't know what to have to do or not to do. And even they get paid only 50,000.
They don't get any gold.
Yeah.
Even they are unable, they are not getting any girl to marry.
Yeah.
Dowry is so far from them. Even girls are also so far from them.
So that's the reason government should also take the option. I mean, take the action. But what about the government people taking the dowry?
Yeah, it's their responsibility to restore dowry system.
But they are taking.
They are taking, but they say to common people, you don't have to take it.
Yeah, you don't have to take. Every police officer says, you don't have to take.
But common people, they are not given dowry.
Oh my god. So that's why, our country in the developing phase. We are unable to develop the little, these things.
Yeah, and there is one known person, and he lives also just in that. And he's government, he works at Indira Gandhi International Airport. So I asked when you are going to tie the knot. He said, I'm not being paid 50 lakh. When I will get dowry around 50 lakh, then I'll just tie the knot. On my hand is 50 lakh.
50 lakh rupees. But for a common
He
people,
doesn't have even just
even
house.
for a labor, even they don't think about the 10 lakh. In their entire life.
Even he doesn't have home in Delhi. He doesn't have more than 10 lakh property. His parents. But he has only one
Is
shop.
he from a different state?
Yeah, Lucknow.
No, I know that's like. He's living in a rental house, but he wants more than 50 lakh.
I mean, he was just buy Bangalore by his father-in-law's money.
So, literally, even most of the politicians are corrupted. They are corrupted, but they talk about like we are responsible for the corruption. And that person who is just giving the speech, he is the most corrupted guy.
So, this, if you think about dowry system, so in term of parents, they are responsible.
That's also responsible. Like why do they give to the and for more?
Even in Constitution, Act 2005, there is written like if you just give the dowry, you are also criminal. If you take the dowry, you are also criminal. And if you are talking about dowry, you are too criminal.
So are we criminals? Get what you do?
You are taking to say, yeah, I'll take,
I'm just kidding.
I'll take 10 lakh dowry, then you are also criminal.
We cannot remove because ultimately common people are promoted.
But like common people, I mean this middle class family, they are responsible for dowry system.
Why do they give? That's the question. They should refuse. Otherwise, if you take the legal case, file a case.
We are just talking surrounding it. Like I just there is one just man, and he has a daughter, and just he wanna just get marry his daughter to any rich family. Then he will have to give dowry.
No, why would they have to give the dowry? Because ultimately they are also rich. Obviously, they are already rich.
Rich people, they won't get married to his daughter until he just gives toy.
But that's the reason, like, I'm not getting, like, suppose a girl family is rich and poor family is poor, I mean poor, then they can give. But what about they are already rich?
Rich people,
It's like you are someone who has 1 crore of property, you are trying to give the 10 lakh of property.
rich people want more money,
That's why rich people become richer.
more become more poor.
Will become more poor.
And just there are many
And
things.
one thing I would like to ask, as we talk about the government jobs and all that, so marriage and all that, so how it affects? Suppose you are earning 50 lakh per package. I mean, and so why is it happens like, but still people have the mindset like, no, we want a person who is doing the government job, and we will get married with a person who has a government job, even though that private person is earning more than the government employee.
I don't think so. I mean, it's only in terms of respect in society and security. Only two things. I have seen a real example. In my village, there were two guys. There are also right now. And one is has a clerk in SBI bank, and second he works in IT sector.
IT sector.
Yeah, and his package is, do you know how much?
How much?
25 lakh.
And
annually. And clerk he earns 23,000 monthly. and who has
There is a huge difference, bro. It's like you're talking about the air and earth.
and who works in IT sector, he is unable to get married.
Bro, it's wrong, it's wrong.
He is able to just offer the money to just get married. But who is colored, he gets married in his early age. And he was given also body more than 15 lakh.
Oh my god, it's wrong. So what do you think? Like, government should remove the security from the government job?
Yeah.
What will happen as a consequence? So suppose like now you will see that for the government job there are lakhs crores of people they apply for the single job. If government remove the security, what will happen?
Yeah, then everyone will just change his mindset.
If there is a competition in the private sector, bro, no one wants to change because in government even they don't pay much. Just because they have the security.
Yeah, there
They
is
even can't get terminated
a,
until you do harassment and all. Until you do.
there is also two competition in private sector. But they will learn some skill to just start their own business. They will scratch their head what I have to do. And second, if government just remove security, then productivity will be more. Just suppose I am a government teacher and there is no investigation, just terminate. Definitely, I want to just give my 100%.
Bro, one thing I would like to say, for example, like suppose why it happens like government job they provide security. Don't they think about like if you provide the security they will not do their work properly. Like if we can think about this, then why not that scholars, those scholars?
Government perceive like a scholar, if someone has a government job, so he is a hard-working person. That's why he just got a government job in a just cat and rat competition. So he won't be lazy, he won't be coached for it.
And bro, is it happens in US?
I don't have
Government
idea
jobs.
about in US.
Even I see the video like Obama is working in a cake shop. Cake shop.
Yeah,
After design.
they love to work. Even Donald Trump, he also works. He also worked at factories.
And what about our politicians? Once they become MLA, 10 people just hang out behind them.
Yeah, India, even just one headman of the village who lead the only village,
Yeah.
who has also more than 10 bodyguards.
And bodyguard as well as they just talk with the crowd. I am the PM.
And
I am the PM of this village.
more than 5 constables behind us. And
Even-
one marshal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarpanch. Mukhiya. We have a different name for this.
And you know their salary, how much?
It totally depends on like corrupted people. Yeah.
And their real salary, they are just given by government.
How much?
6,000. Admin of the village salaries, Mukhiya or Sarpanch, 6,000.
But I don't think so, bro, because they have the luxury life. In my village, you will say like they have car, they have many more things. How could they buy these things?
Obviously, they are getting 6,000, but illegally, more than lakh.
Bro, for the one contract, for like even sometimes they have even connection with the dealer to provide the grain and all that. For common people, if they have to give 2 liters of kerosene oil, they give only half liter.
Yeah, and in tender, they also just deep fry. And
I've
that
seen in village like there is a scarcity of kerosene oil. Mitti then we use this at 50
yeah,
liter.
there is only one thing common. Like I mean, just my village is given 5 crore every year. We don't think so. Just we can make just road, school, hospital as a European.
Bro, in my village you will see there is no hospital. Like I have to go to the Muzaffarpur or where the famous place like 0 mile to get treated. Because there is no hospital in within even more than 60
Yeah,
kilometers.
in my
16
village, in
kilometers.
my village also, there is only commerce doctor who just spend some time at somewhere.
Until you are living in Darbhanga side. I think Darbhanga people who is living nearby 2 kilometers, they can get fascinated. Otherwise, who is living more than 10 kilometers, 15, still, they have the hard food.
Yeah,
Superstitious.
superstition, like man.
Like maybe if the dog bites, then they do something.
But do you
If snake bite, they do something.
do you believe in black magic? Even like a dog bites. Do you know? It just means they drink like water and something else, and they get over. How is it possible? There is logic.
I read about the placebo effect in the book and they talk about like if you mind doesn't know the reality. For example, you are paralyzed and if you think like I'm running and work in a detail for 6 months you can recover. Mind is that capacity. The whatever you think you become. Placebo effect. So I think they believe on that same like if they are doing something, the water has something. So they get treated. I mean, body become like that.
I mean, that's our ancestor. They knew the power of subconscious mind, and they played with it. And now, in village there are few. They know this we can play.
Yeah, bro. Usually once in a year, one Baba come in my porch, and they usually just what he does, like he just take the what we call it here, soil. He takes the soil and convert it into wood.
Literally,
Actually,
there is.
I don't know. I think this is also trick. Like what about the magician? They also do this thing.
Yeah, magician. They have. Even they convert the pages in money.
I think they do the trick.
Yeah. No, I mean, this world is full of just trick and tricks.
Yeah, bro.
Life is too short, and world is so
Why
wide.
is so that he made, I mean, sold into the Sindhu, I am ready to pay 1100. But the real question like why do they need money if they are the real side? What do they with the money? They can also take the train. We have a lot of train.
And when I was child, like this around 10, 15, yeah, 13 and 14, one just Baba came at my home and my coach, and just he predicted my future and just my father's future, and we offered money, but he didn't take, he refused. He only asked old clothes, like Rupi.
There was one astrologer and he just saw my palm and he said like, you are in a danger. After 5 years later, you will be hit by the red car. And after that, I just take my hand and I was like, fuck off. Because we don't want to listen bad thing. We want to listen good thing. After 5 years later, you will earn 5 lakh rupees. Alright, thank you so much, Baba. See you again.
These are only superstition. We shouldn't believe. But there is something. Still there is question. I mean, in Indian astrologer, I mean, birthplace of astrology is in India.
Bro, I think most of the astrologers are not real astrologers. They are just
Yeah,
faking.
now.
For example, there is an astrologer. Astrobot.
Now most of AI is just giving answer.
Giving answer. Fixed answer.
Yeah.
It's like, they become drone.
You'll get only positive answer. Whatever you ask, negative you
I
ask.
don't like the production. Like, you have to pay 25 rupees for 5 minutes. Obviously, bro,
To talk with AI.
and obviously, bro, like someone just said you hit by the car and if the 5 minutes is over, obviously I would like to just know more. Like this way, I can spend more than 1,000 rupees in a some hour,
And just at the end of the hour, just giving
and we got to know that we cannot change it. So why did I waste my money?
But I don't think so much. Just what will happen tomorrow, you can predict.
No one can predict. If they can predict, then what the hell they are doing?
And if you predict, then your life will be so bored.
I don't think so. Anyone will predict, bro. Even though in ancient time, if they predicted that Disney these things, then why would they invent it? Like for example, if they know that Hitler will would kill most of the Jews, then when Hitler born, they just killed them.
And today now also this power like
So, like suppose India is famous for the astrology and all that. So don't you think like if they know that British will rule, then why would they give them permission to come?
yeah, there are many questions to ask.
Hmm.
Even now Bageshwara, he just predict anyone just by scanning his or her face. But it's still like a full
I think before that he do something. He does something. Otherwise, no one will predict anything.
Pahalgam attack, if he could predict, then just we could say more than 28 times.
Yeah,
But he didn't predict.
why didn't he predict? Why didn't he predict the outcome of the cricket match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have such power, just predict.
Yeah. And what about the corona?
In flights, just crash in Hyderabad and more than
Hmm.
200 people, yeah, one time.
Hmm.
If you predicted, then we could say,
Yeah, bro. Obviously, bro.
but we didn't predict.
Why don't they predict who will be the next prime minister?
It's all about the psychology.
It's a superstition.
We have some, this belief system that is created by society.
This sometimes also happen like, for example, if I work in a sales department and if I believe that I cannot sell anything, even though if I try many more things, but still I cannot sell because in my mind subconsciously I believe that I cannot do this.
Hmm. Yeah, it's all about just mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, like no one is better than us. We think that they are better, that's why they are better.
Yeah, even Swami Vivekananda mentioned in his book, if you don't talk to yourself, you miss an intelligent person in the world.
Hmm.
But sometimes we don't give time to just to
So
ask.
that's the only difference between Swami Vivekananda and us, Gautam Buddha and us. Like they talk with themselves, they spend time with themselves, they know their value. But we don't want to talk with ourselves, we don't want to invest on ourselves. I have seen many people, even they don't want to invest on little things like in the book, in the knowledge, in the many more things.
And what's the use of just spending time with senior citizens? Is it beneficial?
It is beneficial in terms of life because they have experienced the life. But I'm not sure about money and stability, but they have the experienced life, so they can give more good advices related to life and how to maintain a good relationship, how to make a good bond. How does it feel like when you lose a person, your mother and parents? If someone fighting with their mother and parents, unable to focus on their parents, then they can take the advice of the old city.
You wanna say that's their master of life, yeah? How to live it. Even when you last time
I cannot ask about you like about the relationship and bond with my family until you are older than me.
yeah, last Sunday I went in Mountain Park.
Hmm.
So I was sitting alone in this under the tree, and also my friend came later. And we guys were sitting under the tree on the bench, and just only for rest purpose. Just relax. One uncle came to us, and just he started requesting, why just if you are in park, then you will have to walk with us. And my friend refused over and over. No uncle, no uncle, no uncle. Just we are here only for rest. But then I just went with uncle. Then my two friends they also just came with me, and then we did first our exercise, yoga and meditation. Then they offered breakfast. In breakfast what we had, leaf of neem and many more things, herbals they offered us. We are first. And second, then we
Moral term.
yeah,
Why did you go?
only just to just see the park and different places. Right. And first we did exercise. We had breakfast. Then we did exercise. Then we were offered breakfast and cold drink and just many more things. And except for this breakfast, I met new guy, older. And they were super excited. They were around 1885, healthy, energetic, and pretty wide.
Then I watched your context book. I have seen many people. Once they become listener, they try to just fill the life of poor people. I have
Only
even now I have the example. Maybe there is one guy he will come and make us.
yeah, only one. Just like in at our location, Thanipur, Badli. If you visit just like any post area, modern shop, they are too rich. They are richer than them.
Yeah.
They are so modest.
I like their modesty. There is a reason. For example, they born in a golden with the golden spoon.
No, you can't say. Even many more, yeah.
Hmm.
Like suppose our friend, my father, just he earns well and then he settle in moral term, we can say. Yes.
But most of them, I would say.
Yeah, might be there is also possibility.
Possibility, I cannot, give the surety. There is only possibility.
Hmm. But it's same thing, just Adarsh Nagar and another part. I don't think so any uncle will come with you and argue with you, just come with me. More than 10 times.
In Panchodi Park, there, I found one guy out of 10 more than that.
But
And it's a character and nature. You will also find it slum area. It will also occur.
yeah, it's just fall in July.
So we can get to know that we can got to know that like character, anyone can be a character. Beautiful. It totally depends on the mindset. It doesn't matter how much money you have.
Yeah, money doesn't decide.
There are many rich person, they also love to insult. There are many poor people, they love to be respect.
But whether you are rich or poor, be modest, be polite.
And one thing I also learned, like we shouldn't just think about what will happen next. We should focus on the process.
I should enjoy the process and be moment.
Like if someone is working, they usually think about like maybe I terminate tomorrow, update tomorrow. But ultimately, it never happens. It's only a thought.
And just watch if you are committed, then it will be in your hand.
Yeah, bro. There is
Yeah,
much
yes.
like
Yeah, you will get different opportunity and whatever happen na, just only for good reason.
if you are working there, if you are going there, if you are doing something, maybe there is something else.
Behind every just rejection, telling me there is this. Might be God just let you know about different field.
And we are talking about the termination. If someone is terminated, then obviously something wrong with you, and you should work over it. It's a chance. We should see as a positive thing. Like obviously, if you have something and you have some kind of problem, then obviously you should work rather than just complaining about these things.
Yeah, just in every field. Termination, rejection, failure. These are all just feedback.
Feedback.
To work on your belief system, you have
So we can say that it's connected with the feedback. There is no negative thing. It's only something we perceive as a negative that will make you positive at some certain time.
yeah, just play as a cricket player. If bowler is just throwing ball, you have option to hit or just don't hit and just get injured. If you play as a batsman, every time not just only just you will hit the six, but still 1 and 2 runs just you will.
Yeah, there should be a person who is called us. When someone is called us, then we got to know that yeah, we need to work over it. We should see as a positive way.
Everything, everywhere, we should just be just show our gratitude. Modest, polite, and rejection is only just learning. Just if you are rejected at once, it doesn't mean just your life is gonna be end. Life is wide. Exploring, exploration. So now it's time to just wind up our song. We will meet when we will have time. Once
Whenever we will have time, we will just talk about these topics. These topics really resonate with your life, and you can also help yourself.
it will also just give you plenty of knowledge. Thank you so much.